All right, and let me share my screen. Okay, so today's lesson is going to be on dictionaries, which is a pretty important concept because it's basically in every programming language, not just C++, but basically a lot. I mean in Python, yeah. Okay, so dictionary. So what is a dictionary? Now, if you think about like a dictionary in real life, it's basically just something that has, it's basically something where you can look up the definition of a word. Like if you look up a word, it will give you the definition, right? So in Python, a dictionary is built-in data structure that stores data as key value pairs. So key, think of key as like the word and think of value as the definition. So just like an actual dictionary. And each word is going to map to one definition. So in real life, it kind of applies to Python as well. That's basically what a dictionary is in Python. So okay, so the syntax for this. So you use curly braces to define a dictionary. So basically what you would do is just basically state the variable name, right? It can really be anything. I just named a dictionary here, and then you set it equal to these curly braces here. So after you do this, you've created a dictionary, right? But it's like you just created a dictionary. It's empty though, so you can't really do anything with it. It's just like an empty dictionary that doesn't really have any values. Doesn't really have anything in it right now. So again, what is placed in the dictionary? Dictionaries store key value pairs. So a key is a unique identifier that you use to access a specific piece of data. So think of that as the word.
Excuse me,
Yes?
I cannot see. Can you do big letters?
Oh yeah. Is this sort of better?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what is stored in the dictionary? It's key value pairs. So a key is just the word that you access a specific piece of data, and the data is associated with the key. And again, both of these can really be any data type. Well, not any data type, but most data types, like a numbers, string, list. So the key can only be things that are immutable, which means that they can't be changed. So you can't assign like a list as a key because the key has to be fixed. The key has to be like a fixed thing. But the value, it can be a list or anything. It can kind of change if you want. So yeah, you can have the key as a number, you can have the value as a number. Just make sure that the key is like not a list or something like that. It has to be like a number or a string. Yeah. Each key in the dictionary maps directly to a value.
It's again small letter.
Small.
It's again small letter.
Wait, so you want me to keep it small?
Okay, no, you can do some big.
This?
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, it creates a pair of information. So value and a key that creates a pair. And yeah, just think about a real life dictionary. Basically, um, the word is what you look up, and the definition, which is the value, is the information associated with that word. And this is very important. You can only have unique keys in the dictionary. So basically, if you have like a, a key that is like one in the dictionary, you can't create another key that is also one. They have to be unique. So kind of think about in the dictionary, like if you're looking up a word in the dictionary, you're only going to find it in one place. You're not going to find two words that are exactly the same in the dictionary. It's going to be one key in a dictionary that has to be unique. But the values, they don't have to be unique. So only the keys have to be unique. So dictionary methods, which means basically how do you actually do stuff with the dictionary. Um, Adding key value pairs. So basically, if you want to like add a key value pair, you assign a value to a new key and add it to a dictionary. So basically, the syntax is you write the name of the dictionary followed by square brackets with a key inside it. And I think it's better if I kind of show it with an example here. Um, all right. So remember from the slide, you have to actually create a dictionary first. So I'll create a dictionary and I'll name it person. I'll make it bigger as well. Yeah. So create a dictionary and name it person. Well, it can really be anything. I'm just gonna name it person. So it's just empty right now, right? Now, if I want to add some data to this thing, like here, what if I want to set, I want to set, I want to set job to engineer. So I want to add this value here. So basically what you have to do is you do person. So first you have to say the name of the dictionary here. And you do these square brackets. And in here goes the key. Inside this goes the key. So this will be my key. So I'll do job. So that's my key. That's what goes inside the brackets. And then when I set it to a value, and this is my value, so I can just copy and paste this. So yeah, that's basically how you add a key value pair. So if I run the program, yeah, nothing happens because all I did was just add something to the dictionary. I didn't print anything out or anything. I just added something there. So yeah, that's how you actually not make it empty because it was empty here. Not empty. It's not empty now. Actually, if I print person, if I print the dictionary, okay, so I'll print the dictionary here as well, and you can kind of see the difference. So see here, if I printed person, all I got was this. This is empty. But when I printed it here, because I added something, I got this kind of definition here. So job is equal to engineer, basically. Um, yeah. And useful thing about dictionaries is that you can retrieve the value later. So if you forgot what job was equal to, you can kind of find it later using the dictionary, right? Um, and yeah, you can add as many key value pairs as you want. So, but if you add a key value pair that already exists, because remember how I said the keys have to be unique, it's not going to create two. It's going to y- the value that you just assigned is going to override a pre-existing value. So let me show them an example. So person job engineer, person, what's that person age? Because I can do many things, right? Age to 15. I can do person um, hair color to black. So basically I can do as many of these as I want. Just store information here like a dictionary. But what if I add something that already exists, like let's say person age. Remember how I said the keys have to be unique? Well, this is not unique because I already had it before. So basically what it's gonna do is if I set to 16 now, there's not gonna be two ages here. There's gonna be one age and there's gonna be 16. The 16 is gonna take over the 15. So 16 is gonna replace what I had before. And yeah, I'll just show how this works out in person. We have job engineer, age 16, hair color black. As you can see, age is not 15 now, it's 16. if I remove this, it would be 15. Yeah. So basically, like whatever you sign at the bottom, it'll go before what you did earlier. So that's kind of you have to kind of be careful if you want to don't want to override things you already did, basically. And and printing out information. So this is actually the useful part. Because in a dictionary, in real life, you might not remember all the definitions of words. So you have to look that up in like a book or something, like a dictionary. And in Python, you can do the same thing. If you want to retrieve the value, you basically write, it's basically the syntax is kind of the same. Because you know how the syntax was dictionary age equals one? If you want the value, you just do dictionary age. You don't set it equal to anything. So basically, you just do dictionary age. So say the name of the dictionary, which in this case is dictionary, square brackets as before, and then enter the key. So in this case, it's going to be age. Age is the key. And if I print this out, it's going to be give me two, right? So here, if I want to print, let me clear this actually. If I print person, let's say I want to get age, right? Now, normally I would set this to something, but this time I'm not. I'm just going to say person age. And this should give me 16. Yeah. So basically, you can do that with job. You can do that with age, as I did here. You can do it with hair color. But be careful if you put something that doesn't exist, like gender. I'm trying to access a key that isn't in the dictionary. I never added this here. I'm just trying to look it up, but it doesn't actually have anything. So you're gonna get an error. That's why you want to make sure that the key actually exists before you try to get its information or its value. Yeah, in this case, the output is going to be two because initially it was one, but then it got overridden. It got changed to two. So output would be two here. Is that making sense? Because we will do some practice now. It's going to be create a dictionary, um, then create a key value pair with the key set to money and the value set to 10. And then you should access the dictionary and print out the value using the key. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I want to check a value. Can you do eight number?
8.
Yeah, one
Yes.
minute. Excuse me.
Yeah.
First, we have to set money, and then value set. Yeah.
Yeah, the key should be money and the value should be 10.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll give you guys like 2 more minutes to maybe do this and then I'll go over the answer. Okay, that has been around 5 minutes, so if you got it, good job. Um, I'll go over the answers. So create a dictionary, right? And create a dictionary, so the variable name doesn't have to be dictionary. It can really be anything, so it's gonna be person, and it'll be empty right now, so I just have a dictionary here. And then it says set money to 10, and then print out the value. So basically what we did before was person, right? And then we get the key after class. Can you help? Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, I can help you with that. Anyways, money, set money, right? That's the key. And then the value is 10. So money is now equal to 10. Yeah, no problem. And then print, and then you want to access the dictionary and print out the value using the key. So we want to print out 10, and we can access that by printing out person money. So if we want to know how much money the person has, we basically got to call the key that is money, like this. And this should be working here. Let me just clear this, and I should get 10. And yeah, this could be, remember, these things could be anything. Like the dictionary name doesn't have to be person, but I just did that. Hopefully that made some sense. And yeah, so what if we're gonna also learn how to create a dictionary with pre-existing values. So what we just learned now was how to create an empty dictionary, right? And then add key value pairs to that dictionary. But what if we just want to create a dictionary that already has some of these stuff? Well, we can follow this sort of syntax here. So each key value pair should be separated by a comma. So color, so for this pair, color is the key and blue is the value. That's one key value pair, and you have to separate that by a comma with the next key value pair. And in each key value pair, the key and the value should be separated by, this colon. Um, yeah, so key value. And to make it a bit more easy to understand, we can kind of see. So I'll print out person. So what we did before was we created an empty dictionary, and then we added something, and then let's print out person now. So this is what we have now, right? So if see it follows the format we talked about earlier. You know how we talked about this and this? This is kind of the same thing. So we can kind of just add something in here if we already want to. So let's say age 10 or age, let's do 15. Yeah. So now that we already put something in here, we don't have to add it. So person, age. So basically by doing this, we basically just did this. By just putting this in here initially, we basically just did the same thing as this by adding it manually. And since we already did that, we don't need to do that here anymore. So we can just delete that. And yeah, that's how it works. So we got age 15, money 10, right? We can put more stuff in here as well. Like, oh, something happened. Okay. We can put hair color, black. We can put adult, then adult or not, and put false. So remember, we can put Boolean values as well. We can put numbers, we can put true or false, we can put strings. So basically, if we print it now, we're gonna get all this information. You got age, hair color, adult, which was defined at the beginning, and then we added this money with this command. And yeah, of course, we can just access the values as well. Adult. So if we want to see if they're an adult or not, it's gonna print out false. Yeah, basically, you can kind of like just define it at the start if you don't want to sort of put it in later, if that makes sense. Um, and this will be another practice thing. Create a dictionary with a pre-existing key value pair where age is set to 12. So you don't add it manually, create it with pre-existing. So kind of what we did here, pre-existing values. And for this example, I want you to set age to 12. So age is the key, and then 12 is the value. And I'll give you guys around 5 minutes to do that.
Can you do 9 double slide?
All right. Okay, hopefully that was enough time for you to at least attempt the problem. Um, I'll go over the solution now. So create a dictionary with
Okay.
pre with a pre-existing key-value pair where age is set to 12. So basically, it was kind of what we did before, but we don't want to include other stuff. We just want to include person. This time age is set to 12. So this is basically all we have to do instead of having it empty like we did before. We're gonna just kind of do this pre-existing key value pair here and print our person. You should see what we had before. Basically this. Okay. Um. Actually, there's a different way of creating key value pairs as well. So if you use the dict constructor um with this function, and yeah, this only works if the key is a valid Python variable names, no spaces or special character. So basically, um, instead of doing what we did before with the curly brackets, you can use normal brackets and use the dict function and kind of create something using this method if you find it easier. Personally, I like the other method better, so I never really even used this method, but this is something that could be good to know if you just want to do something different. So I'll show you now. So basically, this is what we did before. So let's set up to person one. Okay. So this is what we did before. This is kind of what we learned before. But person two, we want to use a different method. We do the dict, right? And then we set age equal to 12. That's the other way of doing it. And notice that we have quotation marks around here, but for this, we do not add quotation marks. We don't do this. We don't do that. We don't add quotation marks. We just do dict, and then we set age equal to 12. I can do, I don't know, hair color. Oh, hair color equal to black. Keep in mind the key doesn't need quotation marks, but the value it may need quotation marks like black. So instead of so what so this would be equivalent of basically doing this. These two are basically gonna the same thing, but just using different methods. So this one is using the dict thing where you do age equals 12, haircut equals black here, and this one is what we learned before. And both of them work perfectly fine. So age, and then print person to age as well. I have to get 12 both times. Yeah, as you can see, um, basically the same thing. This one, no curly brackets. This one, curly brackets. There's no, I don't think there's would be ever a situation where it would be better to use one over the other. So for me personally, I like to use this method. I don't really like this method. So yeah, yeah. Again, they have to be valid. So you can't say like, you can't put like a space between here. Like the name has to be one single word. Age has to be one single word. City has to be one single word. The key, I mean the value in quotation marks can have spaces, but for this, like the key, no spaces for this method. Um, yeah, so this is basically what I was talking about before. Notice that when I'm using this method, I don't need to put quotation marks around the key when I'm creating it. So usually with the original method, I would put like name, quotation marks, then colon, then Alice. For this one, um, I don't need to put quotation marks around the name. I just do name equals this, age equals this, city equals this. However, when I'm actually calling the dictionary, I do need to put quotation marks. So if I'm trying to access the key that's name, I do need to put quotation marks here. If I'm going to access age, I need to put quotation mark, age, quotation mark. For city, it's the same thing. So it's kind of inconsistent for this method, but that's basically why I like to use the other method. Because for the other method, you always use quotation marks. For this one, you kind of have to remember to not use quotation marks here, but then you have to remember to use quotation marks here. So that's why I don't really like this method. But everyone has obviously their personal preference. Does that make sense to you guys, or are there any questions? Mm-hmm. Move on to the next slide then. All right, so far we've been learning how to add key value pairs, right? That's what a dictionary is for. But what if we want to remove something? We want to remove a keyword, like remove a specific key value pair. Well, basically how we do that is we don't have to know the value of the key value pair. All we have to know is the key. So basically delete in Python, that the shorthand version of delete is del, so del. And then what you would do is you do del, say the name of the dictionary, and then square brackets, and then the key name. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to delete the key value pair that the key city had. So for example, in this one, the key value pair for city would be city, New York. And if I did this, city, New York would be deleted from the dictionary permanently. So you can't re-add it back. Well, you can't get the original value back, but you can still re-add the key if you remember what the value was, but you can't like kind of you can't reverse the process per se. Um, yeah, make sure the key actually exists first. So if you're gonna delete person job, but job isn't even a key to begin with, you're gonna get an error. Make sure this key actually exists. And after deleting the key, you can no longer access the value until you re-add it. Just an example. If I want to do del person one, age. So I just created this, right? And I deleted person one age. I using the key, I can delete this thing. This thing is gonna be gone just with this command. So if I print person one, as you can see, it's gone now, right? I had hair color black, I had age 12. Since I deleted the age set to 12 is gone now. And you can't, it's permanently gone. So it's not like I can just sort of access it back. Like it's not like I can actually access it. It's gone now, right? So if I try accessing something that was deleted, I'm gonna get an error. Uh, and similarly, if I delete person one, I don't know, like gender. Oh, this is, hold on. Yeah, see what happened? I tried deleting a key that didn't actually exist, and it gave me an error. So, important things to know. If you delete something, it's gonna be permanently deleted. And if you try to print that thing you just deleted, you're gonna get an error. Delete something that doesn't exist, you're also gonna get an error. But of course, you can add it back. Let's say we want to add person one age dot back, age back, and let's set it to like 20. Now, since you added something back, you can print it again. Um, hold on. Yeah, so initially hair color was just black because I deleted it, but I re-added it here. So now it's going to be age is 20, right? And I can, of course, access the age now. It's going to be 20. So if you re-add it, good, you can access it again, but make sure you re-add it if you try to access it again. Does that sort of make sense? I know it It can be kind of confusing at first, but so practice. Create a dictionary with size set to 900. Access it. You should receive the value 900. And delete the key value pair then. And then try accessing it. You should receive an error. So if you do receive an error, that's part of the practice. So don't think that you're wrong if you receive an error. You should receive an error the second time. But for the first time, you shouldn't receive an error. So um yeah, I'll give you guys around 2 or 3 minutes to do this one because we still have a bit to go through. So I'd like to maybe pick up the pace a little.
Can you go on slide number 12?
Um, okay, hopefully you guys have had a chance to try to solve this problem. Create a dictionary with size set to 900. Now, it doesn't specify what value, I mean, what method you use to create the dictionary. So Personally for me, um, so I'm gonna do dictionary and size set to 900. So this is why I like to use, you could also have done this. That's another way of doing it, but personally, I don't like to use this way, so I'm just gonna use this way, right? And access it, access it. Okay, print dictionary size. I should get 900 now, and then it tells me to delete it. Delete it. Dictionary. I'm gonna delete dictionary size, so I delete size, and now I try accessing it again. So the first time it's gonna give me 900, but I delete it, now it's gonna give me an error because it doesn't exist anymore if I just deleted it, right? So I did get 900 and then I got an error. So yeah, that was basically how you would solve this. Common dictionary methods. So having created a dictionary, you can use dictionary dot keys and then brackets with nothing inside to retrieve a list of the keys. Um, Also, you can use dictionary dot values to retrieve a list of all the values. So let's show an example. Dictionary, I got size equal 900. I'll maybe set age to 15. And let me print out dictionary dot keys. And also let me print out the dictionary dot values. And let's see what happens. So with the dot keys, no brackets and then nothing inside, you get a list of all the keys. So we got size is one key, the other key is age. So I'm gonna get size and age in a list. Values, I have 900 as a value here, 15 as a value here. I'm getting 915. So basically, this will give you a list of all the keys, a list of all the values. It's pretty straightforward. So that's something that could be useful. Um, and printing out the items. Given the list that you just created, right? You can set it equal to a value. So keys view equals person.keys. So you can set the list equal to a value and then iterate it, iterate over all the keys. So for a key in the list, print key. So that's just how you kind of print out all the keys in here. So for key in keys underscore view, which basically is the list, print out the key. So for example, let me set this equal to value. Let's set it equal to list equals dictionary. Um, okay. So the list is going to have size and age. So for key in the list. So for each key in the list, which is going to be, the list is going to be, so this is what the list should be, right? The key in the list, print key. So I'm going to get size, and I'm also going to get age. So yeah, I just printed everything in the keys list. Um, yeah, and also a shorter method actually is that you don't actually need to use dictionary.keys. So what you really could do, you don't actually need to use dictionary.keys because if you just say dictionary and just delete this, if you say for key and in dictionary, which is the name of your dictionary, it's gonna automatically give like print out the keys for you. You don't have to put it in a list or anything. it's just going to print out all the keys in there. So let me add another key as well. Another key. So these are all the keys, and it's just going to print it out for me here. So size, that's here, age, and then another key. All right, now practice. Write a program that contains several key value pairs of your choosing, and then print out all the keys, followed by all the values. So print out each key, and then print out each value, all in the line. I'll give you guys like 5 minutes to do that.
After finish that, can you help me?
We have one more slide after this, so I'll try to make it quick, but then yeah, I can help you.
Yeah, because in my computer there is an error.
Hmm.
Your class has been ended in 9 minutes. That's why.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to keep it quick. I'll give you guys like 1 more minute to try this out.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go over the solutions now. So write a program that contains several key value pairs of your choice. So I mean, I'll just stick with this, and then for key and dictionary, print key. So this is gonna print all the keys, but I still need to print all the values. So let me get a list of all the values. Dictionary dot values here, like we learned about before. So this is going to be a list of all the dictionary values, and then we can also do for value in the list print value. So this should work. So we got size, age, another key, and then we got all the values here, which is 900, 15, and then 20. Last slide. Um, avoid getting errors of a key that doesn't exist. We learned about how sometimes if you try to get a key that doesn't exist, you can get an error, but you can also use this get method to avoid that. I'll show you what I mean. So let's say you want to print dictionary dot get. Let's say you want to get the key that's gender, but it doesn't exist. So what you can do is you can put a comma, and then you can put what you want to get doesn't exist, does not exist. So if you do this, you try to get gender. If gender does exist, it will give you the value. If it doesn't exist, it will give you what you specified here. So for example, here, I tried getting gender, but since it doesn't exist, it gave me this instead. And you can change this to whatever you want. So let's say I wanted to get age, which does exist. It will give me 15. It'll skip this part. It'll just give me 15 because it does exist. And that's the end of the lesson. Any questions? No. If you don't have any questions, you can leave. You have other like issues, you can stay back, of course. Yeah. So someone said they had an issue with VS Code.
Yeah.
Okay, so what exactly does the error say? Like when you run the
Uh,
program, is it
I will open Visual Code
okay?
and I will write something code and I click on run.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing code coming. Output is not coming.
Output is
Should
not
be in the
coming.
terminal instead of like output.
Yeah, try terminal if
Um, can I join in another my device and I can see my computer screen.
okay, yeah, if you can show your computer screen, that would be
If no one
Okay,
else has
I
any
will
other
join.
questions, they are free to go. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just help you out real quick.
yeah.
I will join. 1 minute. There is a sound. Screen and at downside there is nothing code is coming.
Did you like run? Could you run like print high or something like that? Just print
Okay,
something.
1 minute. Print. I.
There should be quotation. Yeah, I can type it in. Just try doing this while I paste it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, can you it should be lowercase.
I click here.
Um, I think are you on main.py? It looks like you're on something called C++.
I will click here. There's a code language.
Um, okay, so can you go like can you go to main.py? Because right now you're on C++, but you should be on main.py. Is that main dot? Okay, now print hi, and the p should be lowercase. Okay, now try running that. Um, ooh. Not sure what's happening here. Did you follow like our YouTube video that we sent out?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And can you try running it again? It just says it doesn't say hi, it says
What I want to print?
just print the same thing. Just try again. Print hi and then click the run button again.
It's
Uh,
coming like this.
it's coming out like that, huh? Can you try printing a number maybe? Like print the number 5?
5.
Yeah, print the number 5. It's a number 5.
This class ends in about like five-ish, like in about like less than a minute.
Oh,